Hi, welcome to my video. I love Group B cars a lot. Probably pretty much everyone's favorite uh, era of rally. It's an era of technological jumps and crazy, crazy race cars racing on public roads with not enough grip and too much power. So I wanted to test which one was the fastest. And I started with the rear-wheel drive cars because I knew I wouldn't be as fast in them. And unfortunately, the slowest one is the BMW M1. It's such an awesome car. It's got 6 cylinders, and you could just hear it when it revs up to 9K. It's such a good sound. This track, I wanted to set it up a bit so we had a mix of long straights, hairpins, and little circle here, as you can see. But I wanted to get a lot of aspects into the same course so I could demonstrate more wide range of what the cars can do instead of just drag races or a very tight course. There are a lot of tight corners, but there are some very decent straights in here. I think it's pretty representative of what you see on normal rally, if not much wider. This part of the course is probably the hardest for me. It's a struggle to get the bigger cars around, especially the rear-wheel drive, without spinning them out. And this corner, you really gotta be careful on the power, otherwise they'll spin. So yeah, you see the slowest time there at 128. Next car, much less power, but also much lighter. It's the Opel Manta. And I found this car much more controllable than the other rear-wheel drive cars. Probably because it has only 250 horsepower, I think. But it is still quite a fast car, and since it's controllable, I managed to get a better time than the M1. But it didn't have enough power to keep up with the faster rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive cars. That circle corner is really tricky to get right. You have to get, it's almost 3 different corners in one. You can't really take it as a singular circle. But yeah, if you wanna try out this track yourself, just go to the start of the video. You can see the course layout and practice on your own and see if you get better times than me. Because I may not be the best driver ever, but I think I'm good enough to test which Group B car is the fastest. On this course, maybe not on the actual rally. And there's the second time. Almost 2 seconds faster. The M1 was great on street courses and actual race courses rather than rally, but it still competed in rally and was okay. This is definitely the best rear-wheel drive car. It's a Lancia 037, mid-engined, crazy high-strung 4-cylinder in the middle, 2-frame chassis, like similar to all the other cars. But this one was built a little later. It was the last successful or winning rear-wheel drive car in the Rally Championship. And it has lots of power, it's really light, but it's just, it's lively, I'll tell you that. You gotta be careful on the throttle. Since the engine is in the middle, it likes to spin out a little easier than the Opel Manta. But the BMW M1 also has a mid-engine, so they're pretty similar to drive, but the difference is one's a lot heavier. Also, the power for a naturally aspirated engine on this, it feels almost turbo-like. It's weird. All the power comes on up high. And now we go into the all-wheel drive cars. This is the MG Metro. It's a V6, the only another 6-cylinder, I think. And it's naturally aspirated, so it sounds great. It's got that kind of burbling exhaust noise rather than the more aggressive turbos. It sounds great. It's super controllable to drive, but it's just, it doesn't have the same power as the other Group B cars, so it kind of lags behind. Which is funny because it has 2 more cylinders than most of them, but you know those British people, they like to have extra cylinders with not a lot more power. That's same with Americans, I guess, especially in the 70s with the V8. Ooh! See, I made a little mistake there. This is actually still the fastest lap I could give with Petro. Maybe that little bump allowed me to get around the corner a little better than the other laps. Oh, now we have into the turbocharging and supercharging, because it is a Delta S4, which was made by Lancia because they couldn't compete with the 037 anymore. They made this and they twin charged it, which is absolutely insane. I believe... No, the Delta S4 was mid-engine. It wasn't front engine. No, the conventional car was front engine. So it's a little bit of a handful to take care of. I find the mid-engine all-wheel drive cars, you almost have to treat them more like a rear-wheel drive car, because that's where most of the power is getting to the ground. So I kind of prefer front-engine all-wheel drive cars in that way. But the Delta S4 is still super fast. Got lots of power. And the power band isn't too turbo-laggy, unlike some of the other cars. It's pretty smooth, but the mid-engineness makes it a little harder to drive. Ooh. If anybody says there's a better sounding car on this list, it's you're not right, because the Audi Quattro is just, it sounds so good. Just listen. I don't know why 5 cylinders just sound so good. There's just something about them. Sounds kind of roary. I like to drive the Audi Quattro a lot. It's not the greatest handling, it has a lot of understeer. The dips are not very sophisticated at all. And you basically just gotta point her straight and get the power down as much as you can. Because it's pretty heavy for how fast it is. It has the most power in the class, I believe. It's up to like 167 at the top there. It's hard to get around the corners. That's the only problem with the front engine. But otherwise, I really love this car. It was the first all-wheel drive car in Group B that pretty much dominated until the faster cars came around. Now we move on to the really fast cars. This is the Peugeot 205 T16. It has a lot of turbo lag. I think it boosts up to 3 bar, which is about extra 3 times atmospheric pressure, which is absolutely insane. I don't know what that is in PSI. Probably like one bar is like 25.4. So that would be like 75 PSI? Holy shit. Yeah. These things have a lot of turbo lag, so you kind of have to keep your foot on the throttle a little bit at all times just to keep the turbo spooled. But once you got it on a straight line, you can really hammer it down and it just pulls. Even in the high gears, it's nuts. But I find, even though it has a lot of turbo lag, it's very controllable. I think the short wheelbase makes it a lot more agile, so it's around to get those corners. gets around the corners much better. And now we move on to the top car, the Ford RS200. This is quite the race car. I mean, they definitely developed the race car first and then the road goings versions later. Unlike I suppose all the Group B cars kind of did that, but this one was definitely more so. Like the Audi Quattro was kind of a normal car, and same with the Peugeot 205. This one is pretty much a full-on race car, and unfortunately it didn't get more than 1 year to run before Group B was banned after some spectator deaths and racer deaths, which is extremely unfortunate. But you know, that's how things go. Group B was great, but we gotta kind of move on. And those new WRC cars, they make some really cool noises. I just wish they were a little bit different than Group B cars. There we go. You can see all the times. The two fastest cars have about 3 seconds on the other ones, and then all-wheel drive cars have about 6 seconds on the other ones. On the rear-wheel drive cars specifically. Thanks for watching. Check out my Twitter at ACodes. And check out my other videos. I have a video on how to get good in Dirt Rally 2. Thanks for watching.